Good afternoon, guys. Welcome to iPhone Smart. Racing today, Scottsville, and track conditions good with a bit of a wind, 30 kilometers an hour. No rain in the last 24 hours, 1 millimeter or close to nothing in the last 7 days. We start off with the first, and here's Silvery Blue, carrying only 53.5 kilos. Looks like quite a decent runner, provided none of these first timers is actually any good. He's 1000 Scottsville over the 60 weight. He was backed in from 14 into 4, and he was 5 lengths behind with an adjusted time of 58.47. The best adjusted time in the field over the 1000 Scottsville is 58.16, but Crested Eagle is still carrying 60 kilos, and Silvery Blue with 6.5 kilos less should surely make up that bit of adjusted time that he has not got there. So Silvery Blue will be my first choice, Crested Eagle will be my second choice, and then a couple of first timers that I am interested in is Young Nelson, Michael Miller and Randolph, Mega Master, Michael Miller and Story, Arnhem Land, Michael Miller and Moodley, and Mr. Bayview, Lafferty and Stradom. Reason being for what I see on the rest of the card. So Michael Miller has our best bet on the card in the next race, in the second, and that leads me to worry about all those first timers. But let's look at the second. Sugar and Spice has had a 2.2 bat and a 0 bat, which is the best and the second best in the field. He did run against Drogorati on the 17th of January, and that was in yielding going, and he did beat Drogorati by 0.95 lengths. Difference being is he's still carrying 58.5, and Drogorati is now carrying 60, so 2.5 up, and that's why the bat figures is definitely looking at Sugar and Spice. I think that's the best bet on the card today, to be quite honest with you. What can beat him? I don't think Drogorati should beat him. I'm ready if he is ready, but they say he's ready, but he's not been ready. So he's not ready. And then the two first timers, Get Carter and Fort Dawn. You never know what to expect from those two first timers, but I do think the first timers aren't any good. Sugar and Spice should be there. In the third, I quite like Masango Machine. It does have the best overall ranking, greeny points, adjusted time, form, super rule, bum rolls, and bat curve. So I quite like him as my first choice here. Coromandel is my second choice, but he'll need to improve quite a bit on his form from Kenilworth. Just looking on his 1400. Apologies. Just looking at his 1400 form, you see the 2178 versus the 086 and 289. So Masango Machine, if he can do the extra 200, is definitely got the edge here. My third choice is Bring Back the Money. He's not too far out of it. He has made quite an improvement over the 1200, but he's back at the 1400 today, and it seems that he's better over the 1200. My fourth choice is Twice as Cold, with Hewitson now taking the ride. A bit of intent shown there, and he has made a little bit of improvement from 32 to 18. Then quite a roughie to consider is Giuseppe's Song. He pops up here in T-curve, and he was backed in a little bit from 20 to 18 on debut, and something went wrong. He went distance, but he does pop up as a 50-1 shot on third T-curve with blinkers on today. So a little bit of concern about him, to be quite honest with you. Others to consider, maybe Bourbon Beat, Diamond Master, and the gall, but those are more for quartet purposes. In the fourth, I hear there's a lot of talk about uh, Commodore-san, but I'm just looking at the actual ratings, and if I take Commodore-san, let's take the first 5 here. I've gone with What a Rider as my first choice here. He should be improving quite a lot still. He's only on his 6th run to date. His last run wasn't all that great, but his previous run, 2 days back, two races back, the 6th of January, he did do a really good 1.82. And interesting to note that the Mielo is back. Does have the best greenie points, stat form, intent, super rule percentage, bat 42, 84, and 168. So it's just a concern whether he will like the grass. The second choice is Techno Savvy, only runner for Bard Norton Kennedy, and Wright gets the ride. So it's not Bard Norton Kennedy with Kennedy taking the ride, Warren Kennedy, so they're not 100% serious about him. But what I did like about him is improvement on his last run over 1500 in yielding conditions. Um, and he's not far off, so he could be improving a little bit more. Lunar Prospector is my third choice, and his last run wasn't too bad either. Mark Dixon now has him gelded, and Magudalwa retained the ride. That got that improvement from him. It was only 2.85 behind the winner at 100 to 1 shot, so he's coming at 12 to 1 today. And then Commodore-san, he is the fourth choice. Now, I know that Techno Savvy is behind him on the 17th of Jan. You can see 17th of Jan, Commodore-san was 4th and Techno Savvy was 9th. Difference being is Techno Savvy was on a 13 draw and today is a 3, much better draw, and he was 5 to 1 to 6 to 1, and Commodore-san was 44 to 1, so they didn't expect much from him. They got Case Stradom on board at 56.5 kilos, and now he has to carry the 3.5 kilos with Hewitson. So I can see the Hewitson connection, and they probably think that it's a good thing, but yeah, I've got 3 others in front of him. Others to consider is Navarino Bay, that made some nice improvement on his last time with Kumedi also taking the ride. So it's a bit of an open field to this. And then even something like Bring Me Surprise or King's Council, only a runner for Guthrie or Philispeel, could upset. In the fifth, Sea Venture is a greenie, but I definitely think Silver Magic and Hotline is not without chances. Silver Magic, if you look at Kanemair being top rated in the previous with What a Rider, and Silver Magic a follow-up, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually likes this 1950. He didn't run too bad on his 1900 attempt on the grass 2.45 bat. Silver Magic 8.36 bat, and that was on the grass. Sea Venture has done a 2.45 over the 1900 on the poly, and he did win his last on the Phillies and Mares 84, and you can see because of the handicap cap going up, they've now put Pieterse on board, but Pieterse has a nice record with Gavin van Zyl, 33% winning chance, and it is Gavin van Zyl's only runner for the day. So I do think Sea Venture and Silver Magic is 2 decent chances here. And then the next in line for me is Mrs. Hotline. That has some decent previous 4, 10 and 8s here as well. And others to consider is Crimea from Andre Nel. He's getting a little bit better. And then the others are maybe just more for quartet purposes. Polygon Shopping, Ila Morada, Connect Me, and Sacred Ibis. Moving to the 6th race, and here top rated is Bernie's Dream, and he's got the best overall ranking, the best greenie points, and all the bomb rolls and all the bats. So not a bad little prospect. He has a bad draw, 13 to overcome maybe, But other than that, he looks pretty decent with Anton Marcus taking the ride at 4-1 is fair. My second choice is the top-rated T-Curve, Beckoning Beauty. Coming from a bit of a rest, he has the best exact course and distance 7.32 bat, and he's definitely on for improvement on only his third run. Third choice is Seen the Light with Shane Humby and Donovan Dillon. They partner up again and they do quite well. They're not far off on these kind of figures here, so has to be considered. And then a little roughie, Treading Water, 25-1 with the 2.5 kilos, and Stradom's been riding really well. He's got the best speed rating, 30% chance to win on P-Stats for the speed rating. So that in itself, 30% chance to win on speed rating for a 25-1 shot is worth a little bit of risk. And then fifth choice, Alfonso Spigoni. I think something like Calvino could maybe improve now coming back from the rest as well. Mexican cat dance with Lyle Hewitson now taking the right, best stat form and decent bats. And Leslie's Path to Fame, also decent 6.28 bats here. So you can see on the bat 42, you've got a Bernie's Dream, and then you've got quite a gap between Bernie's Dream and the rest, but the rest are all very close together. In the seventh, and here I've gone with Lord Wiley as my first choice, 7-1, Whitehead and Dillon. Best bat curve, bat 168, bat 42, bum roll, total, medium speed, adjusted time, and greeny points, so it's a nice combination. And he's got quite a bit on bat curve, 6 lengths on the second best, which is 7 lengths on the second best. Oh no, sorry, 6 lengths on the second best. Arctic Tune is now scratched. So Lord Wiley is my first choice here. Probably just needs to bring the consistency, but he does have the potential. My second choice here is going to be Global Ash. It is the favourite, Lyle Hewitson, Carl Hewitson together, best greeny points joint with Lord Wiley, best exotic ranking, intense, super rule percentage, and some of the bum rolls with a decent bat, only 1 length behind Lord Wiley. So definitely my second choice. My third choice, bit of a roughie, King's Crusade now gets the services of Warren Kennedy, and that is something to consider. Best overall ranking, best speed rating, best form, and best exact course and distance bat. And then Gavel Strike, with the change blinkers taken off, is not far off either. And that's at 16-1 for Forbes and Moodley. Forbes also looks pretty good on the last run for the day, so don't leave Gavel Strike out of it. And then my fifth choice, Spirit of My Fate. It was expected a little bit more, but previous time didn't happen, so maybe today is his day. Seamaster, the sixth choice. Hill and Milo's got a really good record together. Blinkers are taken off. He does need to bring a little bit more on the bat form, but I do like the 33% chance to win for a 10-1 shot on the jockey. Apache 2, Sakai's only runner for the day, and Doug Campbell with Bohemian Lad is maybe the back part of the quartet kind of choices. In the eighth race, the lucky last, yeah, I have gone with Emerald Isla, Lizanne Forbes and Stradom as my first choice. See, the favourite is Shape of You, and could very much win. Could have some improvement here, but there's 8.19 against 8.2 is exactly the same for those two runners. And Emerald Isla has best overall ranking, greeny points, exotic ranking, exact distance, form, all the bum rolls, and the best exact course and distance bat. So, and I've also gone with Fly Me Free. Blinkers taken off now. Heel only the Alamites on, and also got similar. These three runners has pretty much exactly the same figures as far as the bats is concerned. My fourth choice is Regional Angel, Nathan Kotson and Lyle Hewitson. Interesting connection here, 20-1, good super rule percentage. And then Peanut Butter, the stable coupling for Lizanne Forbes, could be anything from a long rest. Racy Stacy, Muscat and Dillon is not too far off, only 2 lengths behind on the bat figures. And a bit of a roughie, Molly Blackbeard, considering that Michael Miller is our best bet of the day. He does pop up here with 25 to 1 with Jacobs on board, best bat curve, best bat 42 and best bat 84, and those are some good combinations. So I think worthwhile leaving him in the exotics as well. And my eighth choice, Blinkers fitted, Z Rider, Dennis drives. Only got the two for the day. Sean Beale takes the ride, and he could be improving. If you take his bat 84, form of 11, he's only 3 lengths behind here. So his last run was not as good as expected. That's it, guys. I'll be loading the exotics here in the next 5 minutes, and hope you have a great day.